Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Too Weird Didn't Watch, the show where we make fun of movies that we have not seen based on nothing but their weird descriptions.
I'm Brantley.
I'm Albert. Brantley's reading for us today. Brantley, what do you got?
Up first we have The Jersey Devil from 2005.
I love the Jersey Devil as a monster. I haven't seen this movie. He's just so weird.
Yeah.
Like, he has so many, he's got a horse head, but then also wings,
And like backwards feet with claws.
Right, it's just like it's the Mad Libs of monsters.
It's pretty great. Unless you watch that one X-Files episode where they're dealing with the Jersey Devil, and it's just like, have you heard of the Jersey Devil? Yeah, it's like an East Coast Bigfoot. No, it is not. In fact, Scully.
I remember being very disappointed with that episode.
Scully, you were very much wrong, and then it turned out to just be feral people. Like, no.
They were kind of Bigfoot.
No, they were just naked, like slightly hairy people.
They were, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were hairy.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, Josephine Leeds was cursed by the townspeople of Shroud's Point for being the widow of a traitor and ultimately a whore.
Which one do you think was the bigger deal? It's like, you sold us out and got a lot of our people killed, but also you're taking money for sex.
This was America, so the whore part.
Okay.
She was outcast and left to fend for herself and her family. One by one, Josephine's children fell to starvation. As they died, she fed their remains to herself and her surviving children.
Not very good at her job.
No, pretty bad at being a mom.
I was thinking of the prostitute part of the job.
Well, she was kicked out of town. The only people left were her kids. They can't really pay her, and also it's super gross.
Okay.
What started
it's hard to be a prostitute with your kids in the room.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward. Especially when there's so many of them. They're just like, Mom, why? Shut up,
Turn
Jimmy.
around!
Look
Stop
at the
screaming,
corner.
Junior!
And that's how the Blair Witch began. What started as a struggle for survival became a bloodlust that consumed her and slowly drove her insane. By the time she was pregnant with her last child, because apparently she still had some guys coming to her cottage in the middle of the woods, she swore I'd be born without a soul because of what she had done. So not the kid's fault, but yeah, sure, why not? Josephine found vengeance upon the people of Shroud's Point for forsaking her, and her soulless child would carry it out. Born deformed of body and soul, the Leeds baby would feed on what it had to taste for: human flesh.
Wait, where's the Jersey Devil in this?
That's the child. The last child of Josephine Leeds was the Jersey Devil. That's his origin. He was born of human mother. That's in the actual myth.
Okay, I haven't heard that part of the myth.
Yeah, no, she it wasn't the whole whore thing, but she just like had 13 kids or had 12 kids, and when she was having the third one, she just like, this one is gonna be the devil, and then just like flew out the chimney.
She flew out the chimney?
No, when the kid came out, it just immediately flew out the chimney with bat wings.
I saw that episode of Captain Underpants. Or no, I'm sorry, not Captain Underpants, Super Diaper Baby. That's a real comic book by Dave Filkey.
260 years later. Ellipses. The legend continues.
Yeah?
This whole movie was just backstory. Or the sort of description.
There's nothing else.
It's just letting you know that, hey...
there was a weird kid born. Her mom said he wouldn't have a soul. Or she. I'm assuming it's a he.
Yeah.
His mom said he wouldn't have a soul. And he didn't.
And then also
he was ugly.
He was really messed up and could fly and
we were fine with him not having a soul, but the ugly part, not cool, y'all.
It's not okay. Not in our society. Alright, so that's it for The Jersey Devil from 2005.
Okay.
Up next, we have the Jersey Devil from 2014.
Woo! Jersey Devil.
When his term limit comes up, Lucifer, the original devil, must turn the reins of hell over to James Burnett.
What?
Ah, yes. But Burnett has new plans for hell that includes changing its image and relocation.
It's literally like the Santa Claus 3.
Santa Claus 2.
But whichever
Santa
Santa
Claus.
Claus.
3, yeah, you're right.
But with Satan.
Yes.
The Satan Claus.
He enlists his advocates.
It's not called the Satan Claus.
Then it can't be in our themed episode of the Jersey Devil.
We could even have... what's his face? Tim Allen reprising his role.
He enlists his advocate,
Satan.
Richard Cooper, and his beautiful sidekick, Tori, to find a new home for the damned. Because he's relocating hell. Don't forget about that part.
No, yeah, okay.
He's physically changing hell.
So he's like, listen, the rent has gone up in the heart of the earth.
Also, the commute, awful.
The commute is bad. All right. The neighbors, those guys over there in paradise, all like being lovey-dovey over in Abraham's bosom. Not cool. We're going to get out, okay? We're going to move to... Where are they going to move to? Does it say?
After an extensive search, they settle on New Jersey. Because Jersey Devil, get it?
I get it.
Also, because Jersey's...
And also, it's like, Jersey sucks.
Yeah. As construction begins, James implements his plan to gather as many souls as possible so he can challenge the kingdom. I'm assuming of heaven.
This is supposed to be like a comedy, right?
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not getting the humor here, really. Like, I get the very obvious, like, her, New Jersey. It's bad. Like, I've made that joke. That's a good job, guys.
Meanwhile,
how does that low-hanging fruit taste?
Meanwhile, Lucifer, with his wife Eve and advocate Judas, have arrived in Jersey to put an end to James's plans. Because, I don't know. After several failed attempts to stop him, Lucifer turns to a higher power for help. Jesus! Give me a hand! I know we had some words, but come on, man. Dude's literally moving to Jersey. It's so cliche.
I am turning to a higher power to help me just endure the fact that this movie exists. It's there's nothing about this that's like interesting or particularly humorous. It's tough to cover. I know what you're doing with like the Jersey Devil themed episode, but it's tough to cover movies that are trying to be funny on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're trying to make fun of them, but on the other hand, they're like, well, look also, how wacky and crazy we are.
We literally cannot see the jokes as per the rules of the podcast.
That's also true. So it could be hilarious, but I'm having heard this description, I am not filled with confidence about any part of this. Any of it.
I mean, it feels like the whole point is to be like, anyone can be redeemed, even Lucifer.
Yeah, but I don't...
That's kind of his whole deal is not, but whatever.
What else we got?
The last one I have is The Barrens from 2012.
Does it have a Jersey Devil in it?
Well, yeah, that's the Jersey Devil lives in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
It's known as the Jersey Devil. The winged beast spawned 400 years ago by Satan himself, who then went on to get into a whole like real estate confrontation. Don't worry about that. So
it's not going on simultaneously.
Yes, they're all canon. Some say this creature still inhabits the dense pine forest of southern New Jersey.
But those people are stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's up with hell moving to New Jersey?
That was weird, right? Super cliche, not imaginative at all.
I mean, to be fair though, it didn't change anything.
Ha. Moving on. Southern New Jersey, where Richard Vineyard takes his family for a rustic weekend camping trip.
This guy's real name is Richard Vineyard?
Yeah.
Why?
Like, that's the name they gave him.
This just feels like a writer, like, trying to figure out what to call his characters and just like, I don't know, I'll go on the dictionary and find a word. Richard Vineyard.
There is an actor who, he's in, I can't remember, but his name is Richard Warlock. Shortened to Dick Warlock. Which... why he didn't go into porn, I don't know.
Is that his real name?
That is his real name.
Maybe that's why. Maybe he had like a complex. Where
no, I can't. No,
I am going to. I'm going to show you that I can legitimately have this name. I'm sick of your jokes. I'm going to win an Oscar.
That said, Dad, what the crap?
I mean, there's not like really a great first name for somebody with a last name Warlock.
As the Vineyard family reaches further into the woods in search of the perfect campsite. Which, I just picture, is this one good? No. Too many rocks. That tree overhangs too far. I have my checklist. We're sticking to it. We're too close to that creek. Moving on.
This gets too much sun at the middle of the day.
Dad, we have only the weekend. It's been all of Saturday. Don't worry, kids, we'll find the perfect place.
We're going to have a good time. Oh, shut up and stop your whining.
They set up the tents, and then it comes nightfall, and it's like, too many crickets! Moving on! Dad, I hate you so much. Didn't want to come on this trip. Anyways, well, okay, as the Vineyard family ventures further in the woods in search of the perfect campsite, Richard teeters on the edge of sanity. So he's literally like obsessed with finding the perfect spot.
He has been this whole time.
And they're just like, he's just going insane. It's like, Dad, it's not that big a deal. It's just for 2 days.
There's too many voices whispering at me in this campsite. We must move on.
Dad, you need to lay down. Too many demons. Welcome to a new kind of horror that lives and kills in a place called the Barrens. Title drop.
Yeah, I picked up on that.
Yeah.
And that horror would, in fact, be the Jersey Devil?
That
One
or
would
Richard
presume?
going nuts and eating his family.
He turns into... I mean, he's hearing... What do you say? I said hearing voices. What he's having some
He's
kind
just
of an
teetering
issue.
on the edge of sanity. Not insanity, of sanity. Like, if he can find the perfect spot, he can finally get his mind back in the right mindset. But otherwise, he's just going to eat his family.
Is he the Jersey Devil, do you think?
Presumably.
In this iteration, I mean...
This opens with the Jersey Devil was spawned 400 years ago by Satan. Like, that's treated as fact, because some say this creature's still there. Now, like, some people say this thing happened. But we're pretty sure it's kind of dead.
But it's probably not still around, guys.
It's like when people are like, Macaulay Mbembe is still, like, there's still dinosaurs out there. It's like, no, there's probably not. This guy's like, yeah, the Jersey Devil, he was a thing. You know, he was born 400 years ago, but probably dead.
I enjoy this. I enjoy the factual, like, it definitely is, you know, it was out there at one point, but, you know, animals die after a while. These endangered species and everything. It's really tragic, honestly. Is that it for that one?
That's it for the Barrens.
I'm going to read a final one to sort of fill out the episode. We're going to finish up with Jaws of Satan.
It's on theme. I like it.
From 1981. Now, I want to
in Jersey?
point out I have seen Shark Exorcist. Okay?
That sounds amazing.
It's pretty great.
It sounds
honestly,
beautiful and wonderful and a national treasure.
On the it has some padding issues. But beyond that, like, it's on, well, I was going to say Birdemic. Birdemic had some padding issues too.
So,
we're like on the level of bad
question.
Movies. Go ahead.
Most likely this is a movie where there are like ghost sharks or demon sharks and they have to exercise those, right?
Okay, so it's...
But my mental image is that there is a shark but is also an exorcist.
I know, yes, wouldn't that be great? If that was the case? The sad thing is they don't even actually end up exorcising the shark. They exorcise somebody that the shark bit and that turned into like one of his minions.
We could have had shark zombies.
Oh, they do have shark zombies.
Where they get like sharky features and like need to be in the water?
She definitely needs to be in the water. And her thing is she's like a minion.
So it's more like Mina Harker from
Exactly.
Okay.
She's always bringing people toward the water or towards the lake, trying to get the shark to eat them. Sort of. It's not well
the shark
constructed.
knew it could do that, or did it just like not succeed at eating her and it's like, oh, I have a minion. Look at that.
The movie opens with, again, you have to like consider that all of this is like filmed on an iPhone or something, but like a nun who is evil, like a I don't know what her deal is, but
the nun from The Conjuring, got it.
Okay, yes, but not nearly that cool, and she's like been killing babies because apparently that's what evil nuns do.
All right. And
she gets to this lake and she's like, avenge me, Satan, or something, and then like now there's a shark in this lake who is also Satan.
Why didn't you go to the ocean?
Well, maybe it was
I
real far.
can only go so far, lady.
But I don't know where she's at. Maybe she's in a landlocked area.
You watched the movie.
They don't say like, well, here we are in Pennsylvania, right next to the... Like, they don't do that. I don't know where they were.
All three of those Jersey movies I had said they were in Jersey.
I'm not even talking about the movie I'm reading. So, Jaws of Satan from 1981. A giant king cobra escapes from a freight train. Snakes on a train?
How giant?
I don't know. You want me to look this up?
No, we're not going to get pictures. We're going to theater the mind.
Okay.
Because I'm picturing it was a snake that they had to have in like 2 train cars.
Oh, yeah, at least.
And they like had to wrap around multiple times.
It was stretched out on the train. Like, it's the whole train.
Then, yeah.
And they had it strapped down. and it broke free.
Yes.
It's still, like, there are some train cars still stuck to it, like, from when it was strapped onto them. It's just kind of like, you know,
okay, now I got an image of, like,
along.
people, like, hiding in a car, and he just, like, whips it around and smashes them with a train car.
Yeah.
So they're just crushed entirely. He doesn't get to eat them, but they're still dead, and that's all the movie cares about.
Giant escapes from the freight train to stage a biblical war against the town priest, whose faith is waning.
The serpent from the Bible, okay.
They also didn't say, like, which war is it? We're talking about, like, David's war with the Philistines?
Does he rant biblical phrases at the guys?
What now?
He just comes and preaches angrily at the guy while he's eating townsfolk?
Oh, this guy.
He's preaching, the snake is preaching at the preacher? And the Lord said, no.
Well, he's waging war against the town priest. One would assume if he's a snake, he's probably not on the priest's side.
Well, then
he's not trying to get him
from the Satanic Bible. Then
this seems like a real bad ploy, right? Like, if your faith is waning, if you're thinking like, I don't know about all this God stuff, and then all of a sudden you see a giant talking demon snake
ranting and raving in Latin.
My thought would be, you know what? Actually, I'm kind of, I do. I believe now. I would be more likely to buy into the whole spirit world if I saw a literal demon snake. If my faith was waning, as it says this man's is. Numerous deaths occur, leading Father Pharaoh to the conclusion that it is Satan himself, incarnate.
Only a demon snake could kill people. What about those snakes that kill? And only a demon? He's a king cobra with a very venomous. Only demons.
It also doesn't say.
Also, the whole talking thing kind of can't cover that with normal snakes. Okay, you got me on there.
It doesn't say that this. I know that we can assume this, but it doesn't say that the deaths that occur are a result of the snake. So maybe it's just like
he tempts people to murder.
No,
he doesn't actually eat anybody.
Mary, who was sick with cancer for 5 years, has finally died. It must be Satan.
Clearly, it was the devil.
Comes to the conclusion that it's Satan himself, incarnate as the biblical serpent of evil, sent from hell to bring about damnation to humankind.
So he got really uncreative in this.
Yeah.
I was like, that whole snake thing I did, where I just talked, one person eating a fruit, I'm going to do that again, only this time I'm going to actually murder people.
Or, as herpetologist John Corks prefers, it's just a big snake.
Dude, these are just big lizards.
Oh, that's a beautiful callback.
Thank you.
None
of them are going to get that.
I forgot the name of the game all of a sudden.
Jurassic the Hunted.
Jurassic the Hunted, yes.
Our first video we ever did.
We should. I still think we should revisit it. I still have my Xbox 360.
We got to finish that game at some point.
We don't have to do anything. Contaminating the plot is a much anticipated opening of a local dog track that a local businessman, supported by the morally corrupt mayor, of course.
I like the phrase contaminating. It implies it's not important to the plot at all. It's just they keep cutting back to it and it never gets resolved and does nothing for the story.
We have this snake the size of a train. Why do we keep going back to this stupid dog track?
He doesn't even go there at any point. It's just to let you know this one guy's a jerk.
Contaminating the plot, much anticipated opening that the local businessman is determined to see through at any cost.
Right.
And supported by the morally corrupt mayor.
Of course.
So, it's just like Jaws, but with the snake. I mean, it is called Jaws.
Only a little more corrupt and not inept.
It's just the one big snake.
Are we going back to the joke we had where it was the same mayor from Jaws? Like the one that went on to work at the ski resort?
with the abominable snowman?
Now it's literally giant snakes. He's like, clearly I am not meant to leave towns.
I love the world where this is...
The same dude?
Well, the same dude, but the reason it's the same dude is because, you're just born a mayor. Somebody somewhere has to let him be a mayor.
I am the mayor. Say my name. Go ahead. I don't know. It's because I'm the mayor. My parents literally called me Mayor McMayor. I have no choice.
I remember there was a character in one of the Garrison Keillor Lake Wobegon stories that was named Senator because his mom didn't have a real good grasp on how that worked. Anyway, end result, while the punters might have missed an opportunity to flush their hard-earned, they are, on the other hand, Spared a holy war of biblical proportion. Thanks to the renewed faith, Weaver finds. Just in time to save his soul.
So yeah, it literally has nothing to do with the plot. It's just happening, and luckily Weaver's there to get his faith back and fight the demon snake.
Well, it implies the fact that people aren't able to flush their hard-earned cash. I would have included the word cash there at the end of hard-earned, but I guess it's implied. The implication here is that something with the snake ends up shutting down the dog track. I guess
they eat the dogs.
The snake eats all the dogs. Yes. It's a really controversial scene because they filmed it for real.
Oh, okay. Just like...
I know the reference now because we've talked about it, but I haven't seen it. Is there like a...
There are a couple live snakes in that movie that... like at one point there's a filming of a live mongoose fighting a live king cobra. And
that sounds problematic.
It's very much is.
Do you think that there's a possibility that it's just a big snake? Like this guy Weaver has been looking for like an excuse to believe, and he's like, the serpent has eaten all these dogs. It must be true. And local,
that's
the herpetologist
is just right.
Who's just like mentioned once is like, no, it's just a snake. They exist, like in real life. It's not just the Bible.
What if this like old school like fire and brimstone god? And it's like, get your faith back, giant snake.
Well, I mean, in the Bible, God sent a bunch of snakes.
There you go. He sends a giant snake. He's like, yeah, this will get his faith back. Teach him. This also like, Dad, you may want to calm down on those things. Like, no, I know what I'm doing. Ran this place thousands of years before you were born, Jesus.
Also reminds me of the ending of Snakes on a Train, where, like, for the most of the movie, it's just like a standard...
Was there snakes on a train?
There's a lot of snakes on a train. Yeah. It's a silent movie.
Okay.
But then they, like, went to sell it to Japan, and Japan's like, can we have a giant snake? So they just throw in at the end of the movie a shot of the train being eaten by a giant snake at the end of its run. Here you go, guys. You're paying for it. You get your giant snake. I've never been able to get all the way through that movie. I've tried to watch Snakes on a Train.
You've never seen a giant snake?
No, I haven't, but I know about it. I've read about it.
It's there. I believe.
Have you seen it?
No, but you got your faith in the giant snake.
I have my faith in the giant snake, and that is all we have for this week.
That almost rhymes, but it doesn't.
No. I was a poet, but I wasn't. For real.
Word.
Thank you guys so much for listening. If you like this, don't forget to tell a friend about us. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/TwoWeirdDidn'tWatch, and we'll see you guys next week, we hope.
Bye, guys.
Bye.